We started balancing chemical equation, and this is part 2. So we continue. How do we balance chemical equation? I said this is chemical equation, so we are supposed to come up with an equation. We're going to write equations. So how do we write equations? The compound, which is methane, which we're going to name it as A compound, which is this element, which is oxygen. We're going to name it as A as B, which is oxygen. And then compound, which is carbon dioxide, we're going to name it as C. And then compound as water, we're going to name it as D. So this A represents the methane, which is this compound, and then B represents oxygen, C represents carbon dioxide, and then D represents water, the other side. So the same way we did. So the first thing, you're supposed to identify the elements which are taking part in this reaction. So we have got carbon, and then we have got hydrogen, and we have oxygen. These are the elements that are taking part in this reaction, in this chemical reaction. So these elements, the other thing that we're going to do is to come up with equations for each element. So for carbon, we'll write the equation. For hydrogen, we write the equation. For oxygen, we'll write the equation. So for carbon, we'll start. How many carbon atoms do we have in A? In compound A. In compound A, we have only one atom of carbon. So 1. In B, we don't have any atom of carbon. And then equals, because this is equals, the reactants are equal to the products. And then equals. In C, in compound C, do we have carbon? Yes. How many atoms? 1. So C1. We just have 1. We are done with that one. In D, we don't have carbon. And then we come for hydrogen. Hydrogen in A, we have 4 atoms of hydrogen in A, compound A, so 4A. Equals in B we don't have. In C we don't have. In D we have 2. So in D we have 2. So 2D. We are done with that equation. For oxygen, the equation for oxygen, in A we don't have. In B we have 2 atoms of oxygen. So B, 2B equals. In C we have 2. So in C we have 2. So in C we have 2C. And then in D we have also plus. In D we have 1. So plus 1, which is D. So these are the equations that we have formulated. These are the equations for each element which is taking part in this chemical reaction. Then from there, we will say we're going to find out the number of each compound, which is compound A, how many, and then B and C and D as well. So that's what we're going to do. So for us to do this, we're going to find, we have to solve these equations that we have formulated. So we're going to start with the simplest equation. So the simplest equation is A. A is equal to C. And then we're going to get a number, any number that we can get. When you put that number, when you substitute it with these letters, it should never give you in decimal points. That's one thing that you're supposed to know. It should never give you in decimal points. So let's say we get 1. If we say A is equal to 1. So if A is equal to 1, then if A is 1, we substitute A 1. Then C is equal to also 1. Then C is also 1. If A is 1, then C is 1 as well. And then from there, we have to find D. So for us to find D, what are we going to get? We're going to get the second equation, which is 4A equals to D. That is for us to find D. So for us to find D, then we're going to substitute. Where there is A, we'll put 1, because we have said A is equal to 1. So 4, open 1, and then equals to D. 4 times 1, it is 4, equals to D. Then we divide 2, we divide 2. 2 cancels, which is D is equal to 2 into 4, it gives us 2. Then D is equal to 2. We put 2 there. Then we get the final equation, which is 2B equals 2C plus D. For us to find C, or for us to find B, we want to find B now. So for us to find B, we don't have here. So we say 2B equals 2. We substitute where there's C, we put 1. And then plus where there's D, we put 2. It's 2 there. And then we say 2B equals 2 times 1, it is 2, plus C, 2. So 2B equals 2 plus 2 is 4. So we divide by 2, we divide by 2, cancel, which is B is equal to 2 into 4, which will give us C, 2 as well. So B is 2. Then after we come up with that, then we're going to rewrite the equation. So we're going to say methane, which is 4, plus oxygen, 2, equals carbon dioxide plus water there. So that's what we have. Now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute where there is compound A. In front of compound A, we're going to put 1. We're going to put these numbers in front of this compound, each compound. So in front of compound A, we're going to put 1, but 1 we can't write as 1 here. So we're going to leave it because any compound has got a coefficient of 1. If there is a 1 in front. If there is no number which is 2, there's 1. B, we have 2, so we're going to put in front of B 2. On C, we have 1, so we're not going to put anything. On D, we have 2, so we're going to put 2 there. And then we balance it. So carbon here we have 1 equals carbon this side 1. Hydrogen 4 here, and then this side 2 times 2, it will give us 4 hydrogen atoms there. Oxygen 2 times 2, we have 4 this side. Oxygen 2 plus C, 2 times 1 here, we have 2. 2 plus 2, it will give us 4, meaning it is Z balanced. So this is how we balance chemical equations. See you in the next video.